Okay, welcome to this A-level Buddhism Anthology revision video on Rahula's The Bodhisattva Ideal in Buddhism. A Pratyeka Buddha, an individual Buddha, is a person who realizes nirvana alone by himself at a time when there's no Samyak Buddha in the world. He also renders service to others, but in a limited way. He is not capable of revealing the truth to others as a Samyak Buddha, a fully enlightened Buddha, does. Okay. What is the significance for Sangha, in which this was originally found, and Rahula, who is quoting it? What does the Pratyeka Buddha, who realizes nirvana alone, have? Well, they're both going to have difficulties with the value of this kind of person. Theravada, like Rahula, think this is possible but not advisable. Better to gain enlightenment by listening to the Theras, the elders. Mahayana, like Asanga, would also argue this seems possible, but it's not the true goal of Buddhism, to realize nirvana alone by himself. And that the Pratyeka Buddha will not have reached enlightenment, understood as discovering his Buddha nature or compassionate mind, maybe at most what they would call the lesser enlightenment, but not these higher forms of enlightenment. So what significance for Asanga and Rahula does the Pratyeka Buddha who does it by himself have? Well, the Pali Canon makes a big deal of the need for solitude, physical aloneness, as a prerequisite for mental focus during meditation. In Mahayana, Asanga's yogic practice teaching meditation is encouraged, but not for individual enlightenment, rather to extend love, joy, peace, patience, compassion to others. What then do Theravada and Mahayana think about the claim that there was a time when there was no Samyak Buddha? There was a time when there was no Samyak Buddha. Mahayana would argue that such a time has never existed in a way, as there's always been past Buddhas and there will always be future Buddhas. This word, Damien Keown says, means a completely and perfectly awakened, a term used to emphasize the superiority of Buddhahood when contrasted with the achievement of the other two classes of enlightened persons, namely Arhats and Pratyeka Buddhas. Although all attain essentially the same awakening, Bodhi, the status of Buddhahood, became regarded, particularly in Mahayana Buddhism, as much superior by virtue of the compassionate concern others manifested in the Buddha's teaching mission. Apart from the fact of discovering truth for themselves, Buddhas were said to be superior by virtue of their omniscience, Sarvajñata, and their 10 types of virtue. So what use is a private Buddha for Theravada or Mahayana? It's not clear in terms of the service or use and how far that is to Asanga or to Rahula if he cannot help others become enlightened or show compassion to others, as Asanga would want. Maybe he just runs a soup kitchen. I don't know what he does. Why is the Pratyeka Buddha not capable? He is not capable of. Perhaps these might be, generously speaking, someone disabled, someone living apart. And there might be lots of mundane reasons a person might achieve enlightenment but not be able to help others. Theravada argue that the Dharma was too hard or too complex to teach and to share. Even the Buddha was reluctant to do so. he followed his teaching, enlightenment going to his teaching. So maybe you could say it was just too hard. Most people don't have the teaching skills. It's really hard to teach students. It really is. So what is the significance of the work of a fully enlightened Buddha in the thinking of Theravada and Mahayana? Fully enlightened Buddha. Well, the link here is between teaching and full enlightenment is the way of the elders' loaded assumption. Rahula will harvest this for use in supporting the superiority of the Theravada Arhat path. So a fully enlightened Buddha does help others. Now, is it to help others to become enlightened like themselves and thus achieve Nibbana? Or is it a fully enlightened Buddha commits to being reborn in every life to show compassion? Well, which way do you read it? Mahayana read it the latter way, to show compassion. Theravada with Rahula, the former way, to get to Nibbana. That was section. So this was section 7.